guys, I'm Laura Vitale. On this episode of Laura in the Kitchen, I want to show you how to make homemade cosmic brownies. Now, when I shared my zebra cake recipe, I asked you what other childhood treats you'd like to see me make here in Laura in the Kitchen, and I compiled a really good list. I tweeted about it. We had the best conversations about it, and so this was like the first one, the most thumbs up. So I figured I would start here first and then work my way down. So you know cosmic brownies, they're delicious. Let's get started with the ingredients. You need brown sugar and granulated sugar, all-purpose flour, some natural unsweetened cocoa, instant espresso powder, salt and baking powder, vanilla extract, some milk, melted butter, and your eggs. And you're gonna need a few ingredients, of course, to make the topping. Now I've got my oven preheating to 350. I have a 9 by 13 inch baking pan that I've sprayed with nonstick spray, and I have laid the bottom with a sheet of parchment just because it makes it easy for to lift the brownies in and out. And I don't know if this will matter to many of you, but I have found that using a glass pan really makes a difference. I just find that they bake a lot more evenly, so that is why I'm using a glass pan, but you can use metal, of course, and it'll be just fine. All right, let's get started. I've got a large bowl, both kinds of sugar. To it, I'm going to add my eggs and a good splash of vanilla. Make sure you shake your vanilla. Now you know cosmic brownies, classic childhood treats. They're not super thick brownies, which I think makes a difference in this recipe. That's why I'm using a 9 by 13 instead of a 9 by 9. They're just so good. I'm just going to go ahead and whisk these together for a good minute because I want the mixture to be really nice and smooth. Perfect. Now to it, I'm going to add the milk, the butter, and all of my dry ingredients. Real simple. Just make sure to just give your dry ingredients a quick little mix. Not too much because it's going to end up getting, thoroughly combined. Just add that right in. I'm telling you, these are so good. You're not going to want to know what to do with yourself. May I say, do I even dare say this? They might be a slight above my fudgy brownies. I can't believe it either. Unbelievable. Mix it until it combined, and that's pretty much it. That looks and smells unbelievably good. Okay, then just dump it in your prepared pan. Just even out the top to make sure it's nice and even. And these are just going to go into the oven at 350 for about 20 to 25 minutes. Basically, you just want to make sure that the brownies look set. When you kind of just gently press with your fingers, you want them to feel set, but you want them to feel set but still have a little bit of squidginess. You don't want them to feel completely set because you've overbaked them and then you get a cakey texture, which is still delicious, but it's not that deeply dense and fudgy brownie that I love so much. So just about there. I'm going to even this out and pop them in the oven. Now to make the topping for the brownies, all you need is some semi-sweet chocolate chips and some hot heavy cream. I just placed it in the microwave for 30 seconds until it was nice and hot. And you pour the cream over the chocolate chips, and I just kind of sink the chocolate chips into the cream and let them sit for a couple of minutes until they pretty much melt. So I'm just going to set these aside. And now the brownie base is perfectly ready. It's squidgy just a little tiny bit, and it's not hard and cakey, which is perfect. And then for the topping, you're going to need some mini chocolate coated candies, or I just like to use these little mini M&Ms. I think they're perfect for this. But if you wanted to do the walnut version, you would just add about a half a cup of chopped walnuts into the batter, and then just sprinkle some walnuts on top, and you'd have the walnut version. So whatever tickles your fancy. All right, I can tell that my chocolate chips are already melted, so I'm just going to go ahead and start to give them a stir, and by the time I'm done stirring, you can see everything will be nice and smooth. And even though it might not look like it will be, but it will be, just trust me. You just gotta kind of keep at it, and the more you stir, the smoother the chocolate will be, and it works out really nicely. And that way you don't have to worry about tempering chocolate, which I don't do that. I don't do that. Just thinking about it makes me nervous. All right, take this, pour this gorgeous chocolate lava on to your gorgeous brownie base. Get it all out of here. Make a nice, thin, smooth layer as evenly as you can manage. Now, I don't know if I'm, alone in this, and you can tell me in the comments below if you agree or disagree, or if you do it like I do or not. Doesn't matter. Potato, potato. I love my brownies really dense. So I pop them in the fridge every time I'm done making them because it really keeps them dense. And then to store them, I store them in the fridge because I don't like a light fluffy brownie. I like a dense, deeply chocolatey brownie. So if you're like me, then you and I are twinsies. I'm going to now scatter my little candies over the top, and then I'm gonna pop these into the fridge to set. Like I said, you don't have to pop them in the fridge. You can leave them at room temperature, but I just, it's deeper and fudgier and more chocolatey, and I just love it. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that, and once they're set, once the chocolate coating is set, we're gonna cut and serve. That's it. My brownies were in the fridge for just about an hour or so, just to set the chocolate on top, and now you're pretty much ready to go right in there. I mean, you can just tell these are going to be so rich and incredible. Look at the layer of brownie to glaze or frosting, whatever you want to call it. Technically a frosting. These make me really ridiculously happy. I'm not even going to go any further. So good. Everything a good brownie should be. It's rich, dense, chocolatey, not overly sweet. It's what you know and love about a cosmic brownie. Go to laurainthekitchen.com to get the written recipe. This is so good. I hope you enjoyed spending time with me. I'll see you next time. Bye.